It's September 19th, 2023. I'm in this, again, they call it patriarch. They call it, well, actually, they call it, that's the flag. I'm inside of, I usually use this monetary system on file with the US Treasury. But again, this is part of the monetary and monastery, I suppose, system. Um, this one's the White House. And it says on it, "In God we trust," in the God, the WE trust. So with this fraternity and this patriarchy on file with a Federal Reserve note and portrait, um, what's going on is I was working, not working. I just showed up because I wanted to be part of my son's life, with what's called the SLT inside of the DOE, which at the time had a sign outside that said "Work in Progress," and it had government. My son has graduated the school, moved into the MCMS category, with the Q, and in this this is the public school system. Only thing I have access to, since I can't seem to find employment, or a way to make stipend. Plus, my health is deteriorating while I'm here. Um, so these are battles that I'm trying to overcome. Um, and so I have no job. I have no income. There's no stipend. There's no employ. Um, I've tried several different methods. Just, it's been horrendous. And when I did find employment with Chase, it was not enough in order to run my house, and feed the kids and keep a roof over their head. And so eventually I wound up having to leave. Um, so I went to the school. They sent me a check with New York City. So New York City Department of Education, through the Division of Financial Operations, Bureau of Finance, Court Street room in Brooklyn, sends me a check, for the time that I spent with the local SLT, part of, I guess, the PTA under the DOE in the building. It was only, I think, $90. Um, Whatever, it was $90. So it came in the mail. And I went up to the bank, the local bank, Chase, where I have, because I was a former employee, there's some kind of investment with not much in it, um, with an IRA. So I have technically an IRA on file. Um, and so the cashier, who it looks like an alien. I mean, I don't know, Martian, alien, I can't tell the difference. What I do know is that I am in this God with fraternity and patriarch, and I don't know who these. It looks like a staffing problem at the bank. But anyhow, so I go in. It looks non-familial. Or non-traditional familial, and it's in my walking distance. I mean, again, I don't go to the bank often, but now I'm at the bank. um and so she wants to charge me a fee because I don't have a banking account. In order to get a checking account these days, you have to have some kind of direct deposit, or they charge you per month. And you can't, they don't want you to just open an account to just close it, because then there's a fee for that. So I just want to cash the check. And so normally, when the government checks came, um, for like the last one, I think it was like $400 from the US government, during COVID. um, or it was called a stimulus check, I think, whatever it was. I went up and I tried to use the banking system, and I had a problem with that. But then because I had the IRA, they then allowed it without having charging me a fee. Um, but I had to go outside of Queens because Queens area was giving me a problem. So I went to Nassau. Nassau was not giving me a problem. Or actually, it was Belrose where Judy used to live, like borderline Floral Park. Anyhow, um, so now I'm in Bayside's branch. And then the woman, not only does she want to charge me $10 out of $90 for a fee for the service, um, I said, well, I have the account here. And she's like, it's not a checking account. It doesn't count. I'm like, I used to. And she's like, it's not me. And I'm like, no, it is you. I was like, I've worked at Chase before. Um, no courtesy, no any of that. So then she looks it up, and it turns out that on the checking account for New York City Department of Education, they don't allow you to cash checks. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? I was like, and then I said, but I have an account. I mean, so anyhow, so I said, could you get a manager? So they got the manager, and then the manager did whatever she needed to do because I do have an account, and you can cash. It's only $90, and it's not a reoccurring thing. It was on a fluke that I was there and that they wanted to compensate me. I didn't even know that there was compensation for going there. I was going there for student leader training for my son. Um, anyhow, so long story short is they looked up the IRA, they waived the fee, they cashed the check, but there was a interaction between this whatever. But again, there's just more and more. It's almost like this illegal, it looks like an occupation, not just necessarily with Chase, but just the fact that I don't know who or where these persons are being like like infiltration and then staffing company through big corporations with a company like Chase, where now I mean, even getting a job at my local bank is not even an option for me. And then even to be able to afford like living I mean, the whole thing, it just feels broken. And it's in this, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. Um, I also, it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza, it's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken, and it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.